YouTube, it's Maddie the Empty Nest Scrapper. Thanks for stopping by. If it's your first time, welcome. And today we're doing a tidy in 10. For those of you who are returning, I'm really glad you came back, you brave souls, you. I just want to explain for a brief second what a tidy in 10 is. You take a look around your craft room, see if there's something that needs some attention. Could be a large job, could be a small job, and try to piecemeal it into smaller portions so that you can get something done. In 10 minutes, you can do one session. If you're brave and want to do more, just keep on going, reset your timer. And I'm so grateful that you are keeping me company today because this job is super boring. If you have something, put me on pause, go and grab it, and come back and keep me company. So this is the second half of this video. And what I am organizing today are new stencils. So let me turn on my timer and we'll talk a little bit about that. And I'll show you what I plan to do in 10 minutes today. So here we go. The first half of this tidy in 10 was an enormously boring session where I actually created these samples from my new stencils. I decided to not torture you with the rest of that and just come back after my stencils have dried and show you how I organize them in my stencil binder, and then take the actual stencils and put them away in the Dollar Tree basket that I keep them in. So all I did really was take some inexpensive cardstock. I used Michael's 65 pounds, and I stenciled on some black soot. So these are my samples, and here is the inventory binder that I use to keep track of my stencils. So I'm just going to flip over to the stencil section. I'll show you a little bit about what it looks like. So I have all black and white samples of different stencils. And I did actually make sure that I had some blank spaces to put my new samples in. So one thing you're going to notice is the samples that I have in here right now are a little bit smaller in size. That's probably the largest size I have, and I'll probably cut this down to about that same size, each of these. So this is what the book looks like. And I'm going to add my new samples into these empty sleeves. So first thing I need to do is chop them down some. So I'm just gonna grab my trimmer, and I actually, I'm not sure exactly what size is this? Let's see. Right now it looks like it's oh, I know, I took an 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half. So it's 5.5. 5.5 probably by 4.25, right? 5.5. Okay, I think I'm just going to, my math stinks, I'm just going to take off a 1/2 inch on each side and see how that goes. So let's see. This looks like it's 1 inch here, so a 1/2 inch maybe. Not really sure. Just gonna lop it off at the same spot for each one. And hopefully that'll be a size that works well in my binder. So I hope you found something to organize and have been playing along with me. And any of you who try to keep up with your craft room inventory, be it in a binder or any other way, just keeping it in check for having it in the right spot, you know how boring that can be. Doing that by yourself, and especially larger jobs where it feels like it is never getting done. I have some larger jobs calling my name, and even this small job I couldn't get to fit into a Tidy in 10 one session. So if you take a look in your craft room and see a job that looks a little bit overwhelming, maybe you don't do that one first. Maybe you get yourself some organizing mojo going, and see if you can get some smaller jobs under your belt that can make you feel good about what you got done. And for me, sometimes that helps me move it along, sometimes no. So let me know what works for you. How do you keep your items in check? Do you use an inventory? I read in one of the comments from one of my subscribers who said, in a Tidy in 10, or I guess it was in a Tidy in 10, it was like a haul video, and they said, we are such opposites. I don't inventory anything, I just go ahead and play. And I love to go ahead and play, but in order to try to keep my buying in check, and even just as important, keeping in check what I allow to come into my room, because my space is limited. Everybody's space is limited, I know, but I am pretty close to not having more space in lots of different areas of my room. So recently I kind of felt good because I did gift a couple of things to some of my crafty friends. It was good for me and it was good for them. But one thing it absolutely did, besides bringing me joy to sharing my toys, was to make more space. And that's a little dangerous too, because if I have more space, I'm more likely to buy more stuff. And really, what I need to do is make more stuff. But I have been pretty crafty lately, so it's not terrible. One of the things that I would like to do is try to rediscover the things that I purchased for my craft room and really did like and haven't brought out in a little while. You know, it's one thing to try something, you didn't really care for it, and you put it in a drawer, it's neat, it's tidy, maybe it's not taking up too much space, and you don't take it out. So eventually, I implore you to gift those things to your friends. But I have things that I do like, and I put in a drawer, and I haven't really taken out. And I'm trying to challenge myself to use those items, and I hope you do too. So here are my samples. A little taller and thinner than usual, but so be it. And I am just going back to my inventory and slide them on in. So here's my stencil section. I'm gonna have to face me in order to do it. Go to the back where my blanks are and have them join the rest of the group. So here we are, getting one step closer to me being able to play with my toys, and that's always a good thing. And after that, I will take the actual stencils and put them away as well. So for any of you who have seen my Tidy and Tens before, one of the things that I try to be careful about is making these extra sleeves, because now it's nice and easy for me to put that all away, bing, bang, boom, and I'm done. So the Dollar Tree bucket that I use to keep my stencils in is right here. There's my timer. Looks like I didn't make it. But if you would like to continue on, I will finish this off. It will just take a minute. So here's my Dollar Tree bucket, and same as the inventory binder, I like to keep some empties so that putting away my items is easy peasy. So I only have 2 empties. Oh, let's see. Do I have more empties in my other large binder? I certainly hope so. Yes, I do. So I will at another time add to my stash of that. So when I am good and inventory my things, it will take no time. So here are the sleeves. I have them prepared already, just the same way as I have my inventory binder sleeves ready to go. And here are the stencils I used. So I have them in this paper towel because after I made the samples, I just washed them off and set them in here to dry, and I can absolutely use these paper towels, not a problem for me, but I like them to be dried off. So all I need to do is slide my stencils in, because the sleeves, as I said, were pre-prepared. And that's one of the things I know I have to keep up with. If I don't have my sleeves and my pages prepared before I do those tedious little tasks of making samples or putting away my supplies, it's just going to be too hard for me. In my mind, I'm going to think, okay, it's too many steps. I don't want to do it. Maybe another day, and that another day never comes. So this is what has worked for me. I make my sleeves, I make my pages, and when the time comes when I want to put my things away, it's not so overwhelming. And I try to keep up with it because, as you can see, I need 2 Tidy and Tens for just 4 stencils. I mean, I'm slow, so I have to keep that in mind. But let's see, I have in here the stencils first. So if you can see that it's labeled there, stencils, just slide that in. And job is done. I'm happy about that because what that means is I get to play with those stencils. I'm not allowed to play with them until they're inventoried and put away. So, one job done, a million to go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something in order while you were watching. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up. Let me know what you would like to see or what you've been tidying, and if you have any advice for me. And above all, everyone, stay safe. Bye-bye, YouTube.